When this Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Tourbillon arrived at Gray & Sons, it was in an obvious state of disrepair. The steel movement parts were rusting, and corrosion was well on its way to destroying this $250,000 timepiece. Rust stained the dial, and the case and bracelet showed tremendous abusive wear and tear. Audemars Piguet stated the watch must go back to the factory in Switzerland for their best watchmakers to fix the watch movement, case, and bracelet, and 1 year to complete. Gray & Sons completed the same repair in 2.5 months. Gray & Sons master watchmakers were responsible for restoring the inner movement of the watch. To begin, Gray & Sons disassembled the watch and placed the rusted pieces in an acid solution. Gray & Sons then polished each piece, mixing modern mechanical techniques with older hand polishing techniques that go back hundreds of years. Each individual part was then hand-oiled piece by piece. Some of the movement parts were beyond repair and had to be reconstructed and in some cases built from scratch. While the movement was being repaired, Gray & Sons master jewelers handled the exterior repairs.
We began by removing the watch parts one by one. We checked them all before starting the repair process. After restoring the original condition of the case, bezel, band and clasp, we proceed to make new screws to reassemble the watch again.
Separating the pieces was a task in and of itself, as the screws were stripped, frozen, and impossible to remove. Gray & Sons refabricated and rethreaded the damaged screws to the extreme Swiss tolerances needed for a perfect fit. The entire bracelet and case were then retooled and refitted. This step of the process alone took 50+ hours over a period of 10 days. Once the shape and fit were perfected, hand filing and sanding were used to remove all dents and nicks from the case and the links of the bracelet. Gray & Sons then performed luxury-level detail work such as sandblasting, satin finishing, and high polish angle cuts on lap wheel, which restore the original lines and finishes of the gold. Using our special process, we were able to remove the discoloration from the dial. The dial is still 100% original and is now in 90+% perfect condition. When both the exterior pieces and the movement were fully repaired and polished, the watch was reassembled. After reassembly, Gray & Sons performed a series of tests and adjustments to ensure accurate timing and water resistance, a painstaking process that lasted over 3 weeks. Finally, the leaks were sealed.
At this point, all restoration work has been completed. The case and bracelet and the movement are now brought back together to complete the process.
The watch is now back to being a wonderful masterpiece of time. Gray & Sons perfected the watch from the inside out, giving it a second life.